What's up, everybody? It's 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock in the afternoon, May 1st. May 1st. So we got a new month of May. I'm going to I'm going to look like a real old man with my glasses on. I can't see worth the crap, guys. When you get older, plus I'm all gray. I usually color this. Well, I tell you the stuff you got to do to try to stay young. But I still get the young women, man. I still get the young girls, man. What's up? What's up, man? Okay, guys, let's talk some business. Let's get down to business. Got no time to mess around. What is this? Okay, so here's the deal. Um, I think this is a bad sign right now for SoFi. The reason why I say that is SoFi on a green day is $12.66. It's literally barely hanging on to the green. Uh, it's up like 15 cents. That's a bad sign. Okay, so if you're having SoFi right now, I'd probably just take the profit and let that dip back down before you rebuy it. Okay, that would be my advice on that. Now, it doesn't, everything I say doesn't mean it's going to happen. That's just based on my experience from what I'm seeing. I like SoFi, but I don't think it's a proven, company. So, Chase is proven, but SoFi is not proven. You don't know what kind of loans that they're writing. But that's $12.68 right now. So now this is what has caught my attention today was China signals U.S. reached out to kick off tariff talks, and that just happened. So I do see that happening very soon here, guys. I just don't think China can handle this, not selling to the United States, and it's equal on both sides. Um, look, man, Americans have nothing against Chinese people. Uh, we don't appreciate our products that are trademarked here being stolen and made over there cheaper. There's a lot of tactics that the government allows to get away with. I mean, most of this stuff is happening from individual companies that are promoting these kind of things, but they're not getting they're not getting penalized. And China's also sending us this fentanyl and these drugs, and they're allowing those things to happen. Um, so they deserve what's happening. To be honest with you, they really do. I'm so glad that we do have a president that's putting his foot down. So there's a lot of things that the Chinese are doing, the Communist Party, that needs to be corrected. So right now, Google is at 162.60. I'm up. I'm up in that stock right now, but I don't really think that Google's done anything special yet. I think that Google should be at least 189, at least 189. So I think I got at least another 20, easy $20 per share there eventually. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I got a lot of shares in that one. So I won't be selling that, even though I'm up a little bit. AMD is killing it, $98.84. Wow, I sold it at 93, and I knew that was a bad idea. But what I actually was hoping that it would come back down again, so I could do it again, because I gotten away with like a couple flips, and that's one of the things that um, you find out and you learn is it's hard to do both. It's hard to buy stocks and hold them, and then when you get up money, a lot of times you're tempted to take that money, and then when you sell it, you sold it at a good price, but you still made your money, so you justify it. And then let me see if I can flip this up a little bit here. Yeah, just a little bit. So then you justify it, and then the next thing you know, you can't. The boat's already gone. Just like in my case, I could have rebought at 192, but I was like, you always want what you used to own it for, and sometimes it just doesn't work like that. Because one of the things too, guys got to remember something about the stock market is you have to be very careful. You need to be super, super careful because sometimes your money can get tied up. So you go on and let's say you justify buying at $93, for example, on AMD. Now, AMD is still a buy at $93. And that's the reason why I should have just came back in. And now I would be making good money. Now, I would have no problem selling AMD at this price, which is 98.79. So almost $99. I'd have no problem selling at that because they're always going to have shake-offs in the stock market. So you're always going to have these dips that come back down, and then you could, buy it again. But my point is, it's always hard sometimes to re-get it for what you already paid. So that's difficult sometimes. Um, so that's called swing trading, by the way. For those of you that don't know, when you buy a stock, so you wouldn't be labeled as a day trader. A day trader is somebody who just comes in at a specific time, and you can really make a lot of money that way. But what happens is you have to have a specific type of account that allows you to be a day trader, because you have to get permission for that. I believe it's 25,000 that you have to keep in your account. So for some of you out there, that might be a problem, but some of you can do that. And I think that you also have another issue, what's called settled money. So now, if you have enough money in your account, then you can get away with it, but you still have to have money that's settled. So when you buy something, it needs to be settled before you can sell it. So anyway, you can still do it though if you have enough money in your account. If you have plenty of money in your account that covers what you purchased, you're fine, because they could always grab that money. So when you make a sale, one of the things that you could do really well that I could teach you on this channel is I can teach you how to recognize when to come in and when to get out. And you can see the momentum shifts, and you can recognize from constantly watching the daily market. When you're constantly watching it over and over and over, you can see the way that a stock will start between like 9:30 and 10 o'clock, and then you go from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock in the afternoon. That's usually when you've made your money already. So when you're a day trader, you're usually done by this time of the day. A lot of day traders literally can work an hour a day and make 20,000 a month. A lot of the day traders, sometimes more. It just depends on your financial situation, what you've built up. So anyway, I think that you can do it as a day trader. And now a swing trader would be, for example, let's say I buy $100,000 worth of Google, and I buy Google at, let's say, 157. And I say, well, if Google goes down, my money's tied up. But I can live with that because I'm confident that Google one day in the very near future will go past 157. So you want to pick stocks that are strong. So if something does go bad and it goes down, your money is going to be safe in the long run. Sure, you tie up money, which if you tie up money, money can't make money, but it will eventually come back. You make a profit. Now that's called a swing trade. A swing trade is when you come in, you wait until you hit that profit margin that you're looking for, you sell, it frees up your money, and now you repeat it again. So to me, I would probably be labeled as a swing trader. I'm more of, picking the right stock, buying it at a certain price, chilling out. I have no problems where if I get down, that money on that particular stock is tied up. That's why it's important to have enough money where you can buy 20,000 over here, 30,000 over here. And if those stocks get tied up, you're not out of the game. So, but it takes time. Everything takes time for you to build and become successful with this. But you got to start somewhere. And a lot of you guys, if you start with $2, $3, $4, $5,000, you can't afford to be wrong. You've got to do what you do. All right, now Amazon's having a good day. We talked about that the other day. Amazon, I think, was down to like 178. For those of you that bought Amazon, you're up $11 per share right now. But now I'll tell you one of the stocks too that I'm concerned about right now, which I'm shocked. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Why is PayPal in the red? Why? PayPal just reported earnings, was totally fine, had decent quarter earnings, but yet today is a green day and they're in the red. That makes no sense. They're down 64 cents per share. So they're at $65.20. That's a little concerning, especially when the market is green. So they're not getting rewarded today. Another one that's not getting rewarded today is Nike. Nike is at $56.61, which is a decent price for Nike. ELF is up 26 cents, $62.13. So ELF has been holding. Remember, ELF got all the way down to $50. And I made a video. I was like, buy it. I mean, buy it. So now, with the fact that, you can never just believe all these news clips, or advertisements that you read. So like China signals U.S. reached out to kick off tariff, talks. Who knows, man? But sooner or later that is probably going to happen. And that's going to really benefit a stock like ELF. I think that ELF is one of those type of stocks that you could double your money. Same thing with Nike, but they're more risky. They're smaller, well, Nike's not small, but ELF is very small. So, it's different, when you have a stock like Google, when you put your money in Google at a good price. Because I can tell you one thing right now, how you win in stocks, it's very simple. You buy stocks that are low. When you buy them, you're buying them at a low value. Anything in life that you buy low is going to reward you financially in most cases. You buy gold when it's all-time low. You buy silver when it's all-time low or close to the all-time lows. So if you come in here, what a lot of people make mistakes on doing is when a market change and starts going bullish and everything keeps going up and up and up, everybody wants to be a part of that. And you tell a friend, oh my God, dude, I made $3,000 on this stock in 2 days. And oh man, it's going to go to the moon. Next thing you know, your buddy's coming in and he's watching everybody make money. Everybody making money in a bull market. You can't do nothing wrong. Everybody starts justifying these prices. I had a stock chat room. And by the way, I will be putting together a Discord for those of you that, this is a new channel. For those of you that support this channel and like, hanging out with me for this short period of time, you'll be able to join a Discord. So we'll create our own stock group, and in the Discord, we'll disclose eventually that will only be for people where you can see anything that I buy and anything that I sell. So you can always, when I'm buying, Jimmy bought, I'm buying this. Jimmy sold it, I'm selling this. Um, so we'll always talk plans, game plans and stuff like that. But right now the channel's new, so I don't have enough attention and viewers. But like I said, you got to start somewhere. On my stock channel, it's like I have $3,000 in the stock market. You know what I mean? I'm like starting off, and I'm not saying that that's what I have in the stock market. I'm saying it's like that as a new channel. You have to pay your dues. You have to put the time and the effort into it. Anything in life. I don't care if you're building fences or you're out there digging ditches, whatever you do, you have to put the time into it. But if you are digging ditches, we got to get you from doing that. Not that is anything that makes me better than you or somebody else better than you. But it's something that nobody wants to do. We always have to have people that do it, and I respect people that do it. I remember one time I was driving around in this brand new convertible sports car. And at that time, I was doing really, really, really good. And I looked over to my right and I saw these guys digging on the side of the road. And it was hot. I mean, hot. And I'm sitting in there in my sports car with the convertible down, and I'm not hardly working. I'm just making tons of money. And I'm like, man, those poor bastards, those poor bastards. And I didn't think that I was better than them, but it gives you this ego kind of thing where everything's going good and I needed to be humbled. You know what I mean? You sometimes you go through stages like that of your life. I was a lot younger too, So, but today, when you get humbled or you experience things where it's not easy, whether you come from being poor, you're usually better off when you come from being poor because you appreciate money and you appreciate hard work. So those are the things, that's good character, never put down somebody who's working hard. But for a lot of you guys out there that are working hard, that are trying to get ahead, and it's hard to do that, I hope you can accomplish that with me through this channel. Or even if it's from another channel, whatever works for you. Okay. So anyway, that's right now I would be interested in jumping on Elf for a large purchase once these China deals become clearer. I've mentioned that in the videos before to you guys. Be patient with Elf. Be patient with the Honest Company. Those are type of stocks that have plenty of room to go up, but you just need to be patient with them. But I do think Elf Beauty will be a good stock to own, especially when this tariff stuff gets fixed. Okay. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Nothing, just wanted to blah, 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 and put this out there. So anyway, thanks to everybody out there at Gamble with Jimmy. Matter of fact, I'll probably make a video here. I'll make a new craps video for you guys today and a new Baccarat video for you guys today. So for those of you that don't know that I'm Gamble with Jimmy, go over to Gamble with Jimmy and support that channel as well. But most of the people who are watching are coming from Gamble with Jimmy, which I greatly appreciate because that's what's supporting this channel. And even having anybody watch it, because it's very difficult to start a YouTube channel. It's tough. It's really tough. I mean, you have to put a lot of effort into it. You have to constantly be putting out content. It can be rewarding in the long run. In the long run, it can be rewarding, but you really have to pay your dues. But it goes to show you anything that you put your time and your effort into, and that you have passion for. And one last thing, I got to tell you guys about something. I'm really, really working hard because I'm trying to get into putting together either a solo artist or a 3 or 4 girl group, kind of like a K-pop kind of thing. But I want to push it more in America in the first. And I did make an offer to one of the groups that have a K-pop group. Um, they're not mega stars, but they're well known. And the one particular girl that I want, I did make a large offer to buy out her contract because I want to put her as a solo artist and bring her to America. But there's a lot of things that go into that. You got to hire people to write the songs, and it's a lot of effort and money that you've got to put into it. But I've got an eye for stuff like that. There's another young girl that I'm trying to get, and I think I'll be successful getting her. The first girl that I told you about is not going to be cheap. It's not going to be cheap, guys. She's already well known, but my instincts and my heart tell me to do it. So I've only got about 3 years to get that deal done, because the K-pop girls are usually good until they're like maybe 26, 27 years old tops. It's kind of more of a younger crowd for those type of artists. And this particular girl she'll be 23 this month, actually. The other girl is younger, but she's more talented. She's equally talented as a dancer, but her vocals, I'd have to really put a lot of effort to having her with the vocals. But I think she's a big star. I could see it. So I like stuff like that. I like to manage, and I want to maybe direct movies, things like that. I think that the more I get within the next 10 years, I'll pull those kind of things off, just because I enjoy doing those kind of things. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Give me a like and subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody. You have a good day.